How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the Scoring from the 50 podcast. I know it's been about a week or two since I uploaded. I got sick. I've been busy trying to catch up on schoolwork, but we're back on this Friday. We are back to talk about some college football. And this weekend, we have a huge game in the Big 12, one of the biggest Big 12 games that I can remember in my short life that I've lived. BYU and Texas Tech, 11 a.m., ABC. I think it's on ABC. Might be on ESPN. I don't know. I can't watch it either way because I have YouTube TV and they don't have any of the Disney channels. So who knows? I don't know. I won't be able to watch it unless I can find a way to watch it on my computer or something. But this is a huge, huge game in the Big 12. Not only in the Big 12, but also just in the college football playoff landscape. I mean, it's a top 10 game. It's probably the biggest game in Lubbock, Texas since 2008. And that Texas game, again, Texas Tech has been one of those teams that's kind of up and down, up and down, up and down. You never really know quite if they're going to be that good. I think they're one of the few teams that up until Tuesday hadn't been ranked in the college football playoff committee rankings ever. So they've always kind of been good at the beginning of the season. If they are good, then they're good at the beginning of the season and then kind of drop off towards the end around week 10 whenever those playoff rankings start coming out. But this year, different story for Texas Tech, okay? They have the talent to be able to win the Big 12, and not only win the Big 12, but also have a good season and maybe even win a college football playoff game, make a run, we'll see. But they have the talent to do that. Again, I haven't seen a game like this since about the 2008 game against Texas. Like, the energy around that game, it's not the same for this, right? Because it's not the in-state Texas rivalry or anything, but this energy and energy that I feel going into this game, I wasn't really around for the 2008 game, but it feels kind of similar to a game like that. Like, it won't be the same, but it's similar because of this being a big top 10 matchup, and I cannot wait to watch it. I can't wait to watch that environment. The tortillas flying. Hopefully we can still get that. Hopefully we can still get that huge environment that we know and love from Texas Tech and Lubbock. But we'll see. I cannot wait to watch this, all right? So let's talk about some football, all right? Can't just talk about the surrounding it, about this game going into it. But let's talk about the football game, all right? Can BYU stop Texas Tech's pass rush? Texas Tech has 28 sacks already this year, which is really, really, really good for Texas Tech. That D-line has been able to get to the quarterback, and I don't know if they'll be able to do it against BYU because BYU's offensive line has played really, really well this year. But again, they haven't played a team like Texas Tech. Does Baron Morton show up in this game? All right, he's been hurt on and off this season. What happens if he goes down again? If he doesn't, is he 100% to play? Is he still playing like you know that he can play? Fortunately, he does have the receivers to be able to do this, okay? Texas Tech has 5 guys with 300 or more receiving yards. Their top 3 are Caleb Douglas, Coy Eakin, and Reggie Virgil. All 3 of them have been having really, really good seasons. Do one of those 3 show up? Is it another guy? Maybe it's one of the other 5 guys that has 300 plus receiving yards. Those 3, though, watch out for those 3. Any one of those guys can hurt you. You really don't know which receiver can hurt you on Texas Tech, okay? All 5 of those dudes can get you at any moment, and I think that's what makes Texas Tech's offense so dangerous, despite they do run for 5.2 yards per carry. But I think it's that pass game and not knowing where the attacks are coming from. You don't know who they're going to try and find. So that is really going to be tough to stop if you're BYU. Can BYU's run game scale to the level of Texas Tech, right? BYU's ran for 5.4 yards per carry this year. Can they do that against a team like Texas Tech? Again, they have not played a D-line as good as Texas Tech's. Like I said, 28 sacks. I know that's not the same as rushing the passer whenever you're trying to stop the run, but that is a good indicator of how good that D-line is as a team, and not only stopping the run, but also getting to the pass rusher or passer. Not only stopping the run, but also getting to the passer. I don't know if that'll be able to, their run game will be able to scale to Texas Tech's D-line and still be able to work as good as they have. I think the Texas Tech's D-line is going to be the key to them winning this game, and the only question I have, I think they'll be able to get to Bear Bachmeier, but Bear Bachmeier also has about 400 rushing yards, right? He has been really good with his legs. Texas Tech needs to be able to get him on the ground, not just get to him, not just stop him, not just not just hit him, right? Texas Tech has to be able to bring him down, not just hit him, right? But bring him down and make sure that he doesn't turn a broken play into 4 or 5 extra yards that he shouldn't have gotten, right? That's what Bear Bachmeier is really good at, and you have to be able to slow that down if you're Texas Tech. But that's also how BYU can negate such a good pass rush is being able to escape those sacks and be able to get extra yards that you shouldn't have been. I think the biggest storyline going into this game is the culture matchup. If you're BYU, you're hard-nosed. Like, these are the guys that chose to go to BYU because they love BYU and they love that team. Texas Tech, they got the dudes, they got the better athletes, but it's because they bought and paid for them, right? Which, I'm not saying that can't work, right? We've seen it work before, but does it in the Big 12? We haven't seen something like that in the Big 12 before. Can they do that against a BYU who's the kind of the complete opposite, right? They love BYU. They're there because they love BYU. They're not bought and paid for. They are there to win football games for BYU, bleed blue and white. Texas Tech is there they went there for the money. Sure, the relationships and the culture and everything else might have been built since that money hit the bank account, but the money hit the bank account first, right? Like, that's why they're there. So does Texas Tech's talent win, or does BYU's culture win? That's what is going to come down in this game. But I cannot wait. I think Texas Tech is going to win it. I think that defensive line is going to be able to wreak havoc on BYU's O-line because they haven't faced a team like Texas Tech before. But I think Texas Tech is going to win a huge Big 12 game, and I think that this is going to propel them into the college football playoff discussion.